Well, your favorite Marxist group is out of the game. Um, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, they matter so much they're gonna start extorting businesses for money, right? They matter so much they're gonna start threatening businesses in Louisville that if they don't comply with their inspections or if they don't hire, a certain percentage of black people, that they'll face consequences. That basically they'll try and ruin their livelihoods and ruin their lives. And I'm speaking about these restaurateurs. And there's one restaurant in particular. Okay, all right. Let me back up for a second. So a little while ago, in this area called the New Lou Village or whatever in Louisville, it's been gentrified, and that's a problem for everybody, right? And all these businesses got this letter from Black Lives Matter making a list of demands and basically extorting them and threatening them that if they don't cooperate, they will take certain steps. They will, take certain measures to correct your behavior, to inform you and help educate you and how you're a piece of shit human being because, you don't have 23% black employees, right? Or you don't donate 1.5% of your revenue to to Black Lives Matter organizations or whatever, right? So, anyways, they get this letter. Let's go through this article. Now it's on Breitbart, but they got it from a news outlet called the Courier Journal. I guess it's like a local, the Louisville Courier Journal. All right. I just like the Breitbart article because it sort of makes it succinct, right? So this is what's happening. They get a letter. Black Lives Matter issued social justice and black liberation demands regarding diversity to a restaurant owner in Louisville, Kentucky. Now, this restaurant, it is called, I'll mangle this pronunciation here, but La Bodeguita de Mima. Okay, it's a Cuban joint, right? The guy who owns it, he's a Cuban guy. And they're serving up some Cuban food, some fine Cuban food. Man, can I go off on a tangent here? Okay, the Cubano sandwich. You think about it, it doesn't sound like it's going to taste good. You got like two different types of pork. You got slow roasted pork. You got ham. You've got Swiss cheese, mustard, and pickles. Okay? Doesn't sound like much, but man, it is one of the greatest Sammys out there. So, yeah. Anyways, so back to this restaurant owned by Fernando Martinez. Now, he got him, and along with a bunch of other businesses, which in another article I read, some have already capitulated and be like, you want to talk about bootlicking? Okay, I mean, anyone who gets called, who thinks the cops are right in certain situations is called a bootlicker by these people. You want to talk about bootlicking? Some people get these letters and they're like, oh yeah, I absolutely can contribute to gentrification and racism and whatnot. Please let me sign your letter and post it proudly for all to see on my business because, I'm a garbage human being for being white and, I don't know, running a business, employing people, providing a service, but whatever. So anyways, listen, this guy, Fernando Martinez, he's like, nah, I don't think so, buds. I don't think so. I'm not having it. So, the demands that they have had, 23% of the staff has to be BIPOC, right? In front of house. So you can't hire a black person to wash the dishes or whatnot. No. They got to be in the front of the house. Well, I've got to wonder how many front house staff are even in a small little Cuban restaurant like this. Probably not a lot, okay? 23% of inventory from BIPOC retailers. Now, listen, you're running a Cuban joint, okay? You have to have certain ingredients. Right? There might be some seasonings, especially seasonings, or, certain ingredients that maybe you don't buy at your regular, food retailer, right? Maybe you got to go to a specific, like a Latin restaurant outlet, where you can buy the food that you need for your unique cuisine, i.e. Cuban, right? So you might not really have a choice in terms of where, I'm looking for the Native American, supply store that sells, like habaneros or Sazon seasoning or, corn tortillas, right? You can't find one? Shit, I guess I'm just not going to serve it, right? This other one, this is what kills me. Okay, regular donations to BIPOC organizations. Yeah. Dress code policy that does not discriminate against BIPOC patrons or employees. All right, so let's look at the other demands that they made. Yes, they want you to give a 1.5% of revenues to local black nonprofit or organizations in lieu of purchasing a minimum of 23% of the business's inventory from black retailers. They want mandated diversity and inclusion training for all employees and displaying of left-wing messaging and to support reparations. Just grab a picture of Marx, plaster it in your window, and call it a day, okay? But you got to support reparations, because if you don't support the handouts, despite everyone else making do without getting the handouts, then you're a garbage human being and you hate black people, right? Okay. Now, here's the actual scary part of all this, okay? The statement said that they want these businesses to participate in inspections. Yes, they want to come into your business and inspect it to make sure that you're following the code. What do these people call? The Nulu Social Justice Health and Wellness Code inspection. Okay. So they want to inspect your restaurant or your business, right? And God help you if you don't. Now, okay, let's take a look at their, this is the grades that they'll give you, right? A as for ally, C complicit, and F for fail, right? You didn't hire enough people of certain colors, or you didn't donate enough money to the BIPOC organization, right? So let's, okay. Now, posters with a C grade declared. That means you're complicit, okay? A facility that fails 2 consecutive regular inspections will be under administrative review. The fucking nerve of these people, right? They form their own little committee group or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, and by the way, we're going to be conducting administrative reviews on you, right? Even though no one hired us for this, we're not part of the city or anything like that. No. We're a social justice group, and we're gonna review the business to see if they fall in line, to see if they're keeping up with the social justice health and wellness code, right? So, again, a facility that fails 2 regular inspections is under review. Those with an F grade include the following message, right? This facility has failed to meet minimum requirements of the social justice code. This includes failure to create a safe space for black inclusion. I don't even know what the hell that looks like. Like, if I'm a business owner, right, and if I'm a restaurateur, and a black dude comes into my business, how do I make it safe for him, right? Aside from, like, just saying, hey, how's it going? Can I take your order? Derp, you type it up, you cook the food, and you send it out, and there he goes, right? What more do you need than that, right? I'd love to know. What makes it a safe space for black inclusion? What the hell does that even mean? Now, they decried gentrification, saying that basically, it's a process that's been happening to black, indigenous, and persons of color at the hands of white heterosexual patriarchy. You got to get the patriarchy in there for sure. Since the inception of this nation we call home. Black folks can't have their own space when wealthy white folks see an opportunity to make more money. Well, I guess they think this Cuban guy's white. All right. Now, here's the deal. Here's the, let's get back to the scary part about these inspections and these failing grades. Okay, let's say, you're Mr. Martinez here of this restaurant and you fail. Okay, this is what's going to happen. Here are the repercussions. Reduction in racial index score. Okay, whatever that is. Bias report to the Better Business Bureau. Okay, so they're going to make complaints against the Better Business Bureau to, screw with your business, right? Social media blast. You're on blast, son. Your restaurant is on blast. Notification via all social media platforms of non-compliance. So they're going to try and cancel you on social media. This is nothing new. They're going to be giving you false reviews on Yelp or whatever. They're going to say you're racist. You have secret Klan meetings in the basement. Everyone in the restaurant's like, Sig Heil, all throughout the restaurant when the doors are closed, That's what they're going to say on social media anyways, even though you're just some dude from Cuba who left Cuba on a fucking raft, trying to make it work in America. No. They got to put you on social media blast, right? They got to make up lies about you. Public boycott coordinated through social media and mail announcements of yours, Nulu establishment, and any other businesses owned by you. So if you own a restaurant, maybe you own, I don't know, a coffee shop, they're going to target both, right? Protest, visible media covered demonstrations, sit-in outside your establishment. Invasive reclamation. Wow. Placement of booth tables outside your establishment where a competing black proprietor will offer items comparable to those offered by you. You know what? I'm going to go on a limb here, but I bet you can't find people to make authentic Cuban food at a moment's notice to try and protest this restaurant. You know, like, it's just, I don't. They're just going to be cooking up burgers and dirty dogs outside, you know? How are you going to compete with a Cuban restaurant and try and make Cuban food? Ain't going to happen. Now, let's have a look at these pictures here, though, right? Nulu protesters demands posted on East Street Market. The protesters came and they set up shop right in front of this restaurant. Like, these people are, God, they're evil. These people are evil and malicious. They're you know, these people are not the good guys, okay? That they're going to try and sewer this business, which looks really nice, actually. Look at that. I like that. I'd like to go there. Love Cuba, by the way. Been many times, and it's great. But anyways, these evil people are going to set up right in front of the restaurant to just basically fuck them over, right? Here's a list of the demands they made. They got 8 demands, right? You know, hiring a certain amount of people, you know, the buying from black retailers, whatever. Yeah. Displaying far left messages and whatnot. Yeah, man, this is, they're going to come and they're going to invade your business. So Fernando Martinez, he aptly puts it as a mafia-style shakedown. Man, this is a shakedown. And I'm telling you, this is going to happen more and more, right? Other groups are going to look at this and be like, all right, because they're going to get money out of these people, right? And, you know, it's going to work. And it's already working with some people who are basically bootlicking Black Lives Matter, saying, oh, I'm so guilty of gentrification. I got to do better. So anyways, what happened was there was a rally outside this restaurant to support him. And, you know, by a lot of Cuban migrants and whatnot. Now, okay, so the Courier General report, I want to read this. La Bodeguita de Mima was forced to close July 24th during a Black Lives Matter demonstration that shut down East Market Street, at which several protesters presented Martinez with the list of demands and said he better put the letter on the door so your business is not fucked with. What does this remind you of? Right? I'd hate to see something happen to your business if you don't shell out the 15% a month, you know, huh? The restaurant remained closed for the next 2 days because they were scared, right? These protests were going on, and these guys are scared. They can't even go in and make a living, right? Because they're scared. Enough's enough. Enough's enough. I'm sorry, but this has got to end because it's getting worse and it's getting out of hand when the mayors and government is so afraid of being labeled as a racist that they'll let this shit happen at the expense of innocent business owners, right? They will allow them to be extorted rather than going in, clearing out these protesters and, you know, and dealing with them the way they need to be dealt with. Because now we're getting into criminal activity, right? Let's take a look at this picture. There we go. Nice long table right in front of Buddy's business. Oh, look at this white knight here. Wow. Hands on hips. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. Oh my God, this is crazy. This is insane. They're actually extorting people, right? This ain't Black Lives. This ain't about Black Lives Matter. It never has been. I've always said this. It's about power. It's a political group. It's about attaining power within the United States and to change governments and to work their way into governments where they have the power. This ain't about George Floyd. Fuck me. Anyways, man, listen, Black Lives Matter. These people are criminals, right? They're they're getting out of hand. So, anyways, that's it for this week. If you do like this, please, by the way, smash that like button. Leave a comment below telling me how awesome I am. Or you can tell me to go F myself, too. I'll take either or. All right? Later.